just mere moments ago. This is, when Givenchy gets delivered to your door, it's not a bad day. You have that iconic prism top, absolutely stunning, blue, that just looks so refreshing. And on the inside, actually, we'll show you in yours, is this hydrating, sparkling, moisturizing foam mask that you're getting 2.5 ounces of. It comes home tonight for $28.50 on Easy Pay. This is something that when you think about this sparkling water complex and then something literally looking like the most perfect balance of the densest, frothiest bubbles you've ever seen, and then maintaining that texture on your skin. It's holy mackerel.
First of all, also, can we say the smell? Because it is so fresh and so beautiful, and you can smell that bergamot. It is like a really beautiful, beautiful scent. But I love the texture, and I love the fact that you can use this 2 ways, because you could either be using it as a veil, like almost like a primer underneath makeup.
Yes.
You could also be using it just a little bit like before you go to bed at night and you sleep with it, or you could be using a thicker layer as a deep hydration mask that, by the way, you don't even have to wash off. You just tissue off so that the moisture and the hydration stays in. And you mentioned, in terms of the technology, the sparkling complex technology that comes from Givenchy and is patented is really fantastic, because if you think about club soda, right? Those bubbles, that's what goes in the epidermis and then goes out the epidermis, and that creates activity and it creates energy and extra hydration on the skin. And you know what? No matter how old you are, whether you're 14, whether you're 50, whether you're 23, everybody, especially in the winter, has issues with hydration, and it's the #1 challenge really with skin. So I love the fact that you're not only getting something that's an amazing hydrator and moisturizer that you're using, that you could use every day, but you also have the option of using that thick, beautiful texture in terms of really deep hydration as a mask.
It is like you have taken sparkling glacier water mixed with the frothiest bubbles and, dare I say, a hint of champagne, and then really
love the smell.
Just gone all out in the way that this makes your skin feel. I mean, this kind of texture is where you can start to feel that automatic bounce back from your skin, because so often this is the time of year where we often accept the elements like, oh, my skin's not going to look as great as it normally does throughout the rest of the year. And this is something that you can spend a few minutes with as, say, a moisturizer, or a little bit longer with a mask that you can take off and you can really see and feel the difference.
Yeah, and it also gives that cooling effect when you're putting it, so it feels really refreshing and hydrating. And sometimes even if your skin is really dry in the winter, even after applying makeup, I would take a little bit and just sort of apply it in, and it just refreshes and feels so good on the skin.
So we are going to see our girlfriends apply this live. Sam, I am so jealous of Sam right now. I actually wanted to come on air with this on my face. It's got such a unique texture. You're getting 2.5 ounces of this, which if you were going to be using this as a mask, Jessica, how long would you say this would, how many?
Oh, this is going to last a long time.
Okay.
I mean, this is going to last probably at least 6 to 8 months.
Oh, perfect.
So, because also too, what I love about our products, the concentration is so rich that you really don't need to use a lot. And so even though, you know, you love the feeling and you want to keep putting it on.
I'm putting it on my arms.
I know. I was wondering, like, it's so decadent. Could I use this all over my body? Which you could, but then you're going to run out of it quicker.
You and I decided that this smelled like bergamot wrapped in fresh cotton and linen that had been hanging outside. Still accurate? Still accurate?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to me, it's just that really clean, amazing feeling that feels so refreshing and feels like, you know, like you just got out of the shower.
Yes.
And you feel fresh and you feel alive and you feel really good about, you know, going out. And I love at night putting that on because it smells and feels so good.
You know, this is, you know, it's funny that you talk about putting that on at night and potentially using this as a mask, because as soon as you said that, I thought to myself, I just put on new sheets like fresh out of the dryer tonight, like on our bed, and there's nothing like getting into your bed, first night, new sheets that are so clean and so crisp. That's that experience that now you get to feel on your face. And like with that incredibly intoxicating aroma of bergamot with all the hydrating properties that are in there, this could potentially be that sweetest drift off to sleep you've had in weeks, months.
And you know, you mentioned the hydrating, and the reason it's so hydrating is that it's actually created with soy protein and with cotton nectar. So it's just really hydrating. It feels amazing.
And that to me is why, you know, you kind of feel the divine factor of what Givenchy can offer you, especially with their cosmetics, but also in their skincare. I mean, if you take like just, I wish you could just see this
Feel the
up close.
texture. Yeah.
It is the like there's never been a bubble bath that will ever get this frothy or this bubbly like what you guys have created. And I love that it doesn't disappear when you touch it like you would expect it to.
No, it's a really, what is so nice is that it's super hydrating without feeling heavy. And I think that that's sort of the key, because you want something that's really hydrating, but many people don't want something that feels heavy or greasy on the skin.
So when you talk about masking this, because we love to mask on this channel, is this something that you would recommend doing once a week? I mean, how long do you notice you have to do it?
I mean, I think that once a week is a really good, like, it's a really good thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
If you're going through a time, and by the way, it's fantastic in the winter, but it's also fantastic in the summer.
Oh, sure, with all that heat.
Because in the same way. So, but if you're going through a time that you're particularly feeling dry, you know, your skin's feeling dry, you know, I've done this sometimes where I've used this like 3 times a week, depending on like how my skin is feeling.
Sure. Well, and I mean, you know, you obviously like work in New York and whatnot, like going from the elements to then inside when it's incredibly dry and you have tons of events to go to. Like this is something that, you know, work into your once a week regimen, but also work into the schedule for when you've got something special going on. You know, maybe you are going out to dinner with your special someone for Valentine's Day, or it's a night out with your best girlfriends. Like this is how you show up and you get radiant results like you're seeing on screen.
Yeah, you can see the hydration, you can see the radiance, it feels so good. And by the way, your makeup will apply better and look better when the skin is hydrated.
Okay, I'm just gonna, because I love the way that like my arms have looked now putting this on. I just want you to see the texture of how rich and dense and frothy this is going to be. So remember, if you want to do a thicker layer like a mask, you can apply it like so, but if you want to do something thinner and make this part of your moisturizing routine or your primer before your makeup, you can feel free to do that as well, because you are getting 2.5 ounces. And because, like Jessica mentioned, the ingredients and the formulations are so rich and so dense, you really don't need a lot.
Yeah, and it's also good for every age, and I think that this is a fantastic gift because everyone loves it. I mean, when you smell that and you feel the texture, you want it.
Oh my gosh, when that's done, I just want to put like my rings and my trinkets in, like the special ones. Such a beautiful presentation. It comes home tonight on free shipping and handling, as you will see everything else throughout the show. Also comes on free shipping and handling. It is 8358-645. Please get that made into a fragrance.
I know.